Squaresoft and Enix were originally rivals, known for putting out some of the best JRPGs of all time. In 2003, the two companies rocked the gaming world by joining forces for one of the biggest mergers in video game history. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Square Enix video games. For this list, we've selected the best Square Enix video games of all time, but have also included games from before the merger of the two companies.
You said you had things under control.
Also, as usual, one game per series, although spin-offs are still fair game.
Maybe this time you'll actually save people.
Number 10, Final Fantasy Tactics. Despite the horribly confusing storyline and sometimes laughably bad translation, Final Fantasy Tactics is the quintessential tactical RPG, setting the template for dozens of followers. The depth, challenge of the battles, and character customization in Tactics were all truly groundbreaking. This is an insanely tough game that never even attempts to hold your hand, but there's something so rewarding about building that perfect blend of squad members and finally beating that seemingly impossible mission. Plus, Cloud Strife is unlockable as a secret character, and that's just plain badass. Number 9, Vagrant Story. Featuring an inspired, medieval-themed storyline that follows the protagonist, a knight named Ashley Riot as he tries to undermine a group of religious zealots that have established a control over his homeland, Vagrant Story is a mature and complex game. The combat system in Vagrant Story is insanely deep, with the ability to target every separate body part on an enemy, chain abilities, and class systems. Square managed to balance the intricate story and complicated fight mechanics with a beautiful art style, making it one of the most unique hybrids of Western and Japanese influences ever. Number 8, Super Mario RPG, The Legend of the Seven Stars. Squaresoft and Nintendo had a great relationship throughout the 16-bit era, but before Square decided to jump ship and develop their next-gen Final Fantasy games only for Sony, their swan song for Nintendo was Super Mario RPG. A charming and fun traditional RPG combining all of the iconic Mario characters with the best Square gameplay traditions. The game starts in a familiar way, with Mario attempting to save Peach from the clutches of Bowser, but before long, the three are forced to join forces to combat a new common enemy and recover lost star fragments. Number 7, Deus Ex: Human Revolution. After merging in 2003, Square and Enix bought out Eidos Interactive, the company best known for games like Deus Ex and Tomb Raider.
And I should care about this because...
Fans were skeptical that Square Enix could publish a Deus Ex game that would match up to the original, but in the end they delivered. Human Revolution is an amazingly fun and replayable first-person RPG that absolutely nails its cyberpunk aesthetic. The amount of control you have over the gameplay, both in terms of your character's cybernetic augmentations and in terms of how you choose to approach each mission, is totally awesome.
How do you handle all of this?
Number 6, Secret of Mana. It may have been easy to get lost in the shuffle of 90s Squaresoft classics, but Secret of Mana just has so much damn character. Following the story of a nameless boy who accidentally unleashes terror on his town after pulling an ancient sword from its resting place, Secret of Mana offers 3 playable characters to seamlessly switch between, frantic action gameplay, and beautiful graphics. This memorable adventure was made even better if you had an SNES multi-tap, because it's one of the only 16-bit RPGs to feature co-op gameplay. Number 5, Kingdom Hearts.
Ah, the boy who holds the key.
It seemed like so crazy an idea that it could never possibly work, combining Final Fantasy-style characters with different iconic Disney franchises to create an action RPG that appealed to kids and die-hard gamers alike.
Your concern is touching, but hardly necessary.
Though Kingdom Hearts 2 is also great, it can't match up to that magical feeling you get the first time you entered Agrabah or Halloween Town and whoop some enemy ass alongside your favorite Disney heroes.
Are these the Heartless guys?
Let's go get them!
There's nothing goofy about this.
Did you get that?
Number 4, Dragon Quest VIII, Journey of the Cursed King.
Speak of the devil.
Though the Dragon Quest games never caught on quite as well in North America as they did in Japan, you do know what they say, 8th time's a charm.
That's right!
This is a game that doesn't necessarily try to reinvent the wheel, but rather, Dragon Quest VIII is basically the perfect refinement of all the elements that make RPGs great. It has a long, enthralling storyline, beautiful cel-shaded graphics, a vibrant, explorable world filled with side quests and NPCs, and a perfectly balanced combat system. Number 3, Tomb Raider. Lara Croft has gone through many iterations since her debut in 1996, but the Tomb Raider released in 2013 brought the legendary treasure hunter into a new, spectacular direction.
I finally set out to make my mark, to find adventure.
Rather than trying to play up Lara's sexuality, Tomb Raider casts Lara as a badass, no-nonsense woman who can truly be looked at as a role model for female gaming characters.
Lara's offering fresh ideas and a plan. I'm the captain here. It's my decision. We're going into the Dragon's Triangle.
By revamping the franchise's gameplay and style, and giving Lara Croft previously unseen emotional depth, Tomb Raider made the franchise relevant again. Number 2, Final Fantasy VI. Choosing the best Final Fantasy game is no easy task. There is obviously a case to be made for Final Fantasy VII, but 6 wins out for having the best storyline and most memorable characters. Nothing beats the moment when you wake up on an abandoned beach, having witnessed the near destruction of the world, and set foot on that desolate post-apocalyptic land to search for your friends. The perfect storm of gameplay, music, graphics, and storytelling, Final Fantasy VI is the crown jewel of one of the most storied franchises in gaming history. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1, Chrono Trigger. As the first collaboration between Squaresoft and Enix before they became one, this game is not only the clear-cut best game to be produced from that union, but it's also arguably one of the best games of all time. We certainly thought so. Every single character is so fleshed out and memorable, and you truly get attached to their relationships and histories as they travel together through time, attempting to thwart the impending apocalypse. With beautiful character art by famed Dragon Ball illustrator Akira Toriyama, one of the best soundtracks in gaming, perfectly balanced combat, and the best ragtag group of fighters ever assembled, Chrono Trigger goes down as a masterpiece of gaming. Do you agree with our list?
I think you might have overdone it.
Did we forget any classic Square Enix adventures? For more epic top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Boss, what you're asking me to do, it's not exactly legal.
No, it isn't. You got a problem with that?